yeah, I'm Dr. Dahmer with Vanderbilt Hospital. We're proud to offer industry-leading medical mutilation services for your children. Nowhere else will you find a facility better equipped and more willing to do the unthinkable on your children who think what they see in the media is their path to happiness. Is your child feeling insecure, unhappy, uncomfortable? Well, those are very abnormal feelings for any child, and it can only mean one thing. Time for you to open your checkbook so we can start cutting away. Happiness is found on the inside, and you're never gonna find it unless you do some cutting. Your child will thank you now. And who knows if they will later or not. Sound too good to be true? Well, just take a recent look at our Vanderbilt Hospital administrators pledging to do what's right for our bottom line at the expense of your child.
These surgeries make a lot of money. So female to male chest reconstruction can bring in $40,000. A patient just on routine hormone treatment, who I'm only seeing a few times a year, can bring in several $1,000s because that requires a lot of visits and labs. It actually makes money for the hospital. The female to male bottom surgeries, these are huge money makers. Again, I think this has to be an underestimate that they're quoting around $20,000 for a phalloplasty. There's been different things that I've read that said it could be up to $100,000. Dr. Winokur, who's our surgeon, says that there's entire clinics where the entire clinic is supported just by their phalloplasties, and that is like a fraction of the surgeries that they're doing. These surgeries are labor intensive, they require a lot of follow-ups, they require a lot of OR time, and they make money. They make money for the hospital.
If your child has a fully formed mind evidenced by having believed in Santa Claus for many years and has no solid sense of self, then they are an excellent candidate to be a good source of revenue for us. All we need from you as the parent is a little consent that society is currently doing its best to coerce out of you. Studies show that kids never change their mind, so affirming the sage-like wisdom of a 13-year-old with irreversible puberty blockers, chemical castration, and knives with gender-affirming blades is really the only real solution in our business plan. But you might be worried. Are there any dangers? Well, we can assure you there are absolutely no risks that matter to us. A study out of Sweden showed that suicide rates after transition surgery rose by 20 times in the next 10 to 15 years. And this could be your child if you allow it. But even if that happens by that time, you'll have already bolstered our revenue streams that we take an oath to do no harm to. So there's really nothing to worry about here. But does your child currently have suicidal thoughts? If so, it would be a mistake to get them help to address their mental health. Instead, we feel that addressing their physical body through irreversible changes is the only sensible thing to do here. After our safe and very hygienic disposal of your child's clippings, we think you'll be a very satisfied customer. But do you ever worry about a doctor's conscience to do no harm to their patients interfering with your child's treatment? Well, at Vanderbilt, you don't have to worry about the pesky conscience of doctors. Just take a look at this video of our hospital administrators addressing those extremist doctors.
If you are going to assert conscientious objection, you have to realize that that is problematic. You are doing something to another person, and you are not paying for the cost for your belief. But I just want you to take home that saying that you're not going to do something because of your conscientious, because of your religious beliefs, is not without consequences, and it should not be without consequences. And I just want to put that out there. We are given enormous, if you don't want to do this kind of work, don't work at Vanderbilt.
So you can sleep well at night knowing you can trust our doctors that we threaten to do to your child what's most profitable to us. Now, I think we can all look back and laugh at those silly times when doctors thought using leeches was an effective treatment. Ha! Those barbarians. Because now we live in an era where we know doctors using knives to remove your child's breasts and genitals is a far more effective, sophisticated treatment. At Vanderbilt, our doctors are trained to ignore the quackery of biology and instead use the hard science of ideology. And instead of abiding by the Hippocratic Oath, they abide by the oath of activism. And here's our pledge to you. As we continue progressing as a society, we at Vanderbilt will continue to consider other ways that we can better serve kids in our community by improving our profits. Like how about anorexia-affirming liposuction treatments? And maybe we could cut costs by doing away with our unnecessary expensive sanitizing surgical equipment policy. Perhaps implement healthy limb amputation affirming surgeries. And call me a dreamer, but I also envision healthier profit outcomes by way of us selling our patients' organs on the black market. The point is, when you come to our facility, you get to be a part of the cutting edge that hacks into the healthy flesh of miners so we can profit like no one has before. And isn't that something you'd like to be a part of? Vanderbilt. Check us out and book your appointment today. All major credit cards are accepted. Hey, censorship is coming for us. That's why I'd love to have you join my newsletter at awakewithjp.com/join me. We'll stay connected no matter what. Stay free. It is my delight to thank the sponsor of today's video, Nootopia, made by Bioptimizers. As you can see, Nootopia is the most comprehensive nootropic system on the market. I love it. I use it every day because I feel a difference in my ability to focus, concentrate, be creative, and have mental clarity with an elevated mood. When it comes to the wellness arena, I believe that nootropics are one of the most under-tapped components. Because when it comes to having focus, drive, ambition, while being in a good mood, you don't really have to leave it to chance anymore. Nootropics help you get there, and in my opinion, Nootopia does it far better than anybody else. Nootopia is formulated for your unique neurochemistry, and as you can see, Nootopia involves several different components that help you achieve your best self, no matter what the situation is. Sometimes I used to fall prey to procrastination, my mind would wander, I'd get distracted, or maybe I just wouldn't be in the best of mood. And I'll tell you, my work and productivity suffered. But luckily, Nootopia helps me go beyond those lowered mental states and the results I would suffer from it, so that I can have crisp, clean mental focus, concentration, creativity, while being in a good mood each and every day. And because of that, I find I get to bring my best self to my work and my relationships. If you're ready to try just a run-of-the-mill nootropic, then I assure you, Nootopia is not for you. But if you're ready to try the Rolls Royce of nootropics, then Nootopia will put you right in the driver's seat. To turn your brain, mind, and mood up to maximum voltage, just go to nootopia.com/JP. And while you're there, use the discount code AWAKEN to get a healthy deal. Enjoy.